whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, oh, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
We're visiting with Natosha Massie. She's the Executive Director of the Garnet A. Wilson Pike County Library. Thank you so much for letting us into your wonderful abode you have here.
Thank you. We appreciate you coming.
We want to take a moment to really, if we can explain where we are. We're in the basement of the library, right downtown in Waverly.
Yeah, we're currently in the YA room. This used to be the genealogy room, and the significance of that room being here is the old Erie Canal wall runs along the back area here. And it was, I don't know, just a piece of the past while you're looking for your past was also a fun feature for a lot of people. But some of the people are glad it's upstairs now because the stairs have really been an issue concerning that. So now we have this as the YA room. The teens feel comfortable down there. They're beside the children's area where their parents are probably with their little siblings a lot of the time. So it's a nice little cozy area.
Yeah, and having the canal wall here lends to the history of what went through Waverly, right? I mean, you're driving Route 23 through Waverly, you may as well be driving on what was water.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy to think about it now when you look at the highway that, you know, this used to be a canal, and then you see the evidence in the rock through the local buildings and the history, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Now, while we're here, this is the home of the main library. You've got satellite locations as well. We'll talk about those in a moment. But you're also hoping to have a new library at some point in time.
Yes, we've been fundraising since 2015. It has been a little bit of a struggle, but the community is still supporting us. A lot of issues when 2020 hit. I took over as director, and 3 months later, the pandemic hit, and it changed everybody's lives for, well, ever since, 2 years, but it's still affecting us today. And all fundraising at that point stopped because we were trying to adapt to a new way of life. At this point, we're still trying to learn how to socialize with one another. Everything's online, so it's another reason why this year we've really kicked off fundraising harder than the last few years, now that COVID has kind of, you know, been put at bay temporarily, of course. But we've had pancake dinners, fundraisers, spaghetti dinners. We recently joined the Jingle Bell Luminary Weekend Craft Show, sold some things for that. So it's been positive, it has. So we're just trucking forward at this point.
And as we speak tonight in recording this interview, you'll have an event yet tonight also. So it's an ongoing process.
Yes, it is. We're doing a painting party fundraiser with Cindy B, and half the proceeds from that go towards the new library. I'll be there helping to scrub the floors and clean up afterward.
And maybe partake in a treat or two.
Yes, there's hot cocoa. I'm all for that.
Recently you had success of a past levy.
Yes.
And that is a great shot in the arm.
We really want to thank the community. Pike County is a special area, and the library deserves to be just as special. A lot of people were confused about what the levy did. What it helped us do was keep funding for our operations. Electricity, buying books, keeping our hours open, the water bill. A lot of people were assuming that this would go towards the new Waverly Library, and that's not how the levy works. The money that we've been trying to fundraise through grants, we've applied for congressionally directed spending, all kinds of different ways to try to get there. The problem, though, is it's hard to apply for grant money to build a building, because most of these grants expect you to have the building done, and then they'll give you money to put what you need in them. So capital funding grants are extremely hard to come by, but that's kind of why we're still trying to, you know, rally the community behind us. Not that, you know, that's been a huge problem, but it has been since 2015. I understand people are tired. I'm tired too. But the goal is it's going to be such a promising facility. We really want that to be basically a community center. It's free for everyone. There's space for programs, you know, teens, children, adults. We just really want to complement the area and make it a little more special for everyone.
And we look at this has been around 40 years here. You're looking at a facility that could last 100 or more years.
So this facility actually was built in the 1800s. It was a chicken hatchery, a grocery store, a stable. So this building actually was around, so there's several murals in Pike County. One is in the post office where it shows the Greenbaum building. So this building actually kind of was here. It was the back part of it. So we've kind of been here the whole time. This is just, we've outgrown this area. You know, there's no parking. We're right beside a busy highway. We can't do anything with children outside. It's 3 separate floors, which really takes up a lot of our space. And people, you know, they feel more comfortable being in a 1-floor facility. It's easier for mobile access and use. So we're just really hoping that soon that dream can become a reality for us.
You and I talked about this building campaign a couple of years ago. You've got a spot located that you want to have this building, right?
Yes, it's located on the old school lot. I think it was North School, West School. I'm not really sure. I apologize. I'm from the western part of the county. I didn't go to that school. But it's right beside Bristol Village and the suburb. So it's located in a perfect area where the access could be unlimited for that suburb right there. Whereas it's kind of hard walking distance for safety reasons from trying to cross the highway. We would be on that far side right by the beautiful Bristol Village Park area.
And kind of back behind where the Pike County Service Center is.
Yeah, right behind, close to the government center, yes.
A great location and additional parking and, like you say, a place for the kids as well.
That additional parking is going to be so fantastic. That's a problem that we've had. We have people that have to park down the street when they come to our programs and then lug their kids up the street. We've had people say, well, why don't you host your story times in like the local church? Well, we have this building, like we need to use this building, and that's why we're trying to fundraise for a new building. So those are great ideas. That's why we're going to try to move them to the new location.
Yeah, but you have locations also in existence.
Yes.
At smaller communities around Pike County. You've got one about 3 miles south of my house as well.
Yes.
Here in the western part of Pike County. Tell us where you can be found elsewhere here in the county.
Sure. The Beaver Library is located right beside the firehouse, so it's in Beaver. Piketon, that location is beside the water tower, right down the street from the Village Brew. And our other location is the Western Library. It is located by Williams Hardware and the Dollar General, right beside there. But the thing that we enjoy, honestly, I see those locations, I see the main library as not necessarily the main, but one of 4, because each location is just as important as Waverly's. 2 of the locations have banks in them, Eastern and Western, and so that opened up an entire area to actually be able to bank somewhere, because there's no banking in those areas. So we were really glad to facilitate that partnership with First National Bank. So their locations are inside 2 of our library locations.
Right.
But all locations offer the same things: internet, checkout for materials, DVDs, books. We can help you with online services, printing. And then something else that we offer are community shelves. So these shelves are free food, clothing, and other items that were donated by the public. All clothing has been gone through and cleaned. So in case somebody needs like a shirt for an interview, the Piketon Library has a little clothing area right there. So it's really for people who are in need in that moment and they have nowhere else to go. Just come to the library.
Yeah. It's truly an information station.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
More.
Yeah, and more. That's what we're striving for.
And the reason that we got together today is because of this thing on wheels out front.
Yes, I'm very excited.
A mobile library.
A mobile library, yes. So our traveling library came to be this year. We received a grant from the Institute of Museum and Library Services and the Ohio State Library for an outreach grant. We paid for 1/3 of the cost, and they paid for 2/3 of it, so we were able to get a brand new, well, it wasn't brand new, it's a 2019 outreach van. And we really appreciate Valerie Ford, who else did, Graphic Creations in Beaver, and out in Oak Hill, it's Bryant's Exhaust. They help us format and, you know, find the vehicle, put the wrap on it, do the interior. So we really appreciate all their help. This was really a community love project. The fantastic thing about this is currently we do outreach to the nursing homes. Where else do we go? The Cynthian Amish over on the western part of the county. We used to go there all the time with the bookmobile, but when it was discontinued, we didn't realize that we snuffed services out to a whole group of people. And a difference of why we didn't get a bookmobile versus getting an outreach van. Bookmobiles are extremely expensive, up $250,000, $300,000. You have to have a CDL. And also it would be a 2-year waiting limit just to get I think it was a chassis on the actual bus. So we couldn't go that route. But this way we can travel, we can meet people, return their items to us, we can, you know, put things on hold for them and send them out. It's just trying to get a connection to those who can't get to us.
Yeah, we've seen similar outreach vehicles like that. Inside of them, you've got everything you would find at a library almost, it seems.
Almost, yes. The difference with ours, now Chillicothe has a lovely bookmobile.
Yeah.
Well, like an outreach van. They have shelving inside where they have a collection that they, I'm trying to think what's the word. They move the collection in and out to their other shelves. Ours is just mainly transport. So we have enough rooms for carts. We're going to put a copier and a scanner inside and a printer for people who also need those services. We can check people in and out at the van. There's just there's a lot of options. It's a little different than other outreach vans with the shelving inside, but it's still very functional for us.
But imagine if you don't have a membership for the library, you can get a membership through the van, right?
Oh, absolutely. You can sign up for a library card right then and there, and then we would contact you, see what you would like to put on hold or vice versa, and we'll get it to you on our next scheduled stop.
Yeah. When I was a kid going to the library, it meant books, encyclopedias, and microfiche film to see the previous newspapers, that sort of thing. Multimedia has changed over the years. The digital age came along.
Yes.
And what is accessible now?
So we still have all the things that you previously mentioned, but we also have access to desktop computers that have Microsoft Office on them for people who need to do things for school. We have scanners, copiers, all that jazz. But some of the resources that we offer that has been very helpful for people who want to get books and can't visit us. Libby is a fantastic app that you can download with your library card. You have access to audiobooks and books, regular books. And then Hoopla is another thing that we have started using, and it's good for movies, audio, music. So we're really trying to step up with the different things that are offered now because it's so diverse. Other libraries, you know, they have some other apps and things that they try to push, but currently Hoopla and Libby are really our highest used right now. And I also use Libby personally. I like to listen to audiobooks, so it's very convenient, and we can teach anybody how to use these apps and how to download them as well.
And probably help them with the computers too.
Absolutely. We have a grant through Guiding Ohio Online, and we have a tech trainer here. Our tech trainer is sent to Bristol Village and the Senior Center a couple times a week, and they help individuals there. And then we kind of draw them over to our location so that if they want to become a regular customer with their tech training, you know, they can get with our tech trainer, Kim, and then we'll set that up for them. So, yep, we have that going as well.
All the conveniences to help open up and expand your world.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Anything we've missed?
Oh, goodness. There's a lot of stuff. So the most exciting thing coming up will be the Christmas carnivals at all of our locations. It's a little give back to the community, so there's going to be free cookies, hot chocolate, some will have food. They're all different themed. So for instance, Waverly, their theme is Home Alone. Polar Express is Beavers. Piketon is doing Christmas Around the World, and Western Library is doing Claymation Rudolph. So it's kind of bringing everybody back to their own childhood and then bringing their kids with them. We're really getting these adults in here. We want to bring back fond memories and then let them make fond memories with their children. So if you go on our Facebook site, it's Garnet Wilson Public Library. We have all that information on there and more.
Fantastic. Thank you again for giving us an opportunity to learn
Thank
more.
you. Yeah, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you for watching as well.